Lindsay Hilson in Mali. Now, much of Britain has been brought to a standstill today amid freezing temperatures and a deluge of snow. A red weather warning is still in place for Wales, with amber warnings covering much of the rest of the UK. Hundreds of flights were cancelled at Heathrow, Bristol, Cardiff and Southampton airports, with runways closed. Many train services in the southwest are disrupted, and parts of the M5, M4 and M50 motorways were closed for a time. And more than 2,000 schools have been shut across the country. Parts of the Midlands are among the worst affected areas, and our chief correspondent Alex Thompson is on the M5 southwest of Birmingham and joins us now. Alex.
Hi Christian, well not quite on it for obvious reasons, but quite close to it. In order to take my hat off for you tonight, not quite sure why, it's -5. This was a snow event as predictable as it was predicted, but as you've just heard there, completely overwhelmed some important transport hubs and infrastructure across the day. The weather people told us pretty much how the snow would happen, where it would happen, what it would do and where it would go on to do it elsewhere. All in all, therefore, a pretty typical day in a British snow event.
By the time it got light in Worcestershire this morning, it had been snowing most of the night. From around 6 a.m, it got serious, pretty much exactly as forecast. Across the UK, the snow has caused disruption and inconvenience. In Bristol, public transport struggled to cope with the conditions. This is what can happen when you drive on compacted snow. Bristol, Cardiff and Southampton airports shut. Flights cancelled or delayed at Heathrow, and at several airports, thousands of passengers delayed as runways were closed whilst they worked to clear the snow. Stourport in the West Midlands, where up to 6 inches fell this morning. Icy conditions in Norwich, the other side of the country. This section of pavement perhaps best avoided. In the capital, the Prime Minister felt the cold as he made his way to Parliament, whilst those that could took to the hills. In these conditions, motorway or any road journeys are perilous. Even the slightest incline can cause big problems. Back in Worcestershire this morning, yet another lorry broken down miles from here, stopping this traffic from easily reaching the M5. Disruption by snow, again made far worse by HGVs failing in the conditions. Are all their journeys really essential? Would a 24-hour or a 12-hour break in delivery really make much difference? But in Britain, the question's hardly raised, much less acted upon. It happens every winter. We just accept it. There's a truck stuck up on the hill about several miles up there.
Mum, I'm on telly.
You better go, you're holding them up. Good luck.
Is there an accident?
Even motorways were shut at times across southern England and Wales.
It was a horrendous journey.
Really?
Terrible. Yeah, so glad to be back almost home.
It's been very bad.
Has it?
I just need to...
All right, fair enough. In Great Malvern, some shops were open, but not many customers, and drivers with that touching faith in their ability to cope on the slope.
As in previous years, when warm Atlantic weather systems come across the UK and meet cold static air, the meteorologists have been pretty accurate in forecasting that this is going to happen. They're now suggesting 3 to 4 days of intermittent snow over the UK.
But for all the media presentation of snow as bad, we all deep down know millions of us love it. Not least children liberated from school, and the rather refreshing reminder perhaps that we humans are not in control of greater forces in the way we may sometimes suppose.